And now with more on Israel's handling of the recent terror attacks from Gaza and the West Bank, please welcome Dr. Martin Sherman, founder and executive director of the Israel Institute for Strategic Studies. Dr. Sherman, thank you very much for coming in again.
Thank you for having me again.
All right, so first of all, let's actually start with Gaza from over the weekend. Was Israel's reaction too lax, as Benny Gantz and Naftali Bennett and several others maybe argued?
Well, perhaps, but I don't think that the problem is tactical or operational. It's strategic and conceptual. What are they hoping to achieve? If you leave the Hamas in place, what do you expect? I mean, it's really just a matter of time until the next incident occurs. The problem of Gaza is one that must be eradicated. We have to realize that the evacuation of Gaza by Israel was a mistake. It was Einstein who once said that you can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created the problem. And what created the problem in Gaza was the failed attempt to foist self-determination on the Gazan Arabs. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked for a quarter of a century, and nothing's going to change unless people realize that Israel must go back and retake the territory and find a solution for the non-belligerent population there elsewhere.
So why do you think that this response, that this course of action specifically was taken and not maybe a more heavy-handed one? Especially ahead of elections.
Well,
it might have been a good push for the campaign to solve.
Well, Netanyahu's conduct has been a bit of an enigma with regard to Gaza. The prevailing opinion is that he wants to prevent a large-scale conflagration at all costs. And if he had conducted a more damaging operation, he might have induced further firing on Israeli cities. So that may have been his calculation. But as I said, this is all tactical. What's down the road? What's going to happen in Gaza in 10 years, in 15 years? What do you see happening there? I mean, it's just an impossible situation. If the population begins to grow, the natural resources begin to shrink. There's really no means of livelihood for a large number of people. The only thing today preventing a massive exodus from Gaza is the shortage of money. And the logical solution is to provide the Gazans with sufficient funds that they can leave Gaza and find a better, more secure life elsewhere outside the circle of violence and extricate themselves from the clutches of the cruel, corrupt cliques who've led them astray for decades. There's no other solution.
All right, well, let's move on now to this morning's attacks in the West Bank. Right now, the IDF is still searching for the terrorist. Do you think that we're doing everything that we could be doing in the West Bank? Because the rates of attacks, albeit often, are a lot lower than they have been. Do you think that Israel is doing everything possible? Or can we be doing more to prevent this sort of...
We can always do more, but again, it depends whether you want to swat the mosquitoes or drain the swamp. We can put up more roadblocks, we can make our presence more onerous, we can invest more in intelligence. There are a lot of things you can do, but you're never going to be able to completely eliminate a single terror attack. It's almost impossible. And in my opinion, what fuels the terror is not despair, but hope of success. And as long as we are committed to the two-state solution, you will never be able to take sufficiently harsh action to eradicate terror or to bring it down to imperceptible levels.
All right, Dr. Sherman, thank you as always for coming in.
Thank you.